Welcome you on the show, 360 Sports on Trust TV. Adeni G. Shafe. Well, you saw there that particular goals. Those goals coming from the team called Los Blancos, the Galacticos. They were able to do it against Atalanta yesterday at the UEFA Super Cup, where they won 2-0, silencing Europa winner there. Well, that's a good one for them. Right now, Carlo Ancelotti and the boys are really so happy. From Mbappe, it was a big one. At least we are starting with that first story. UEFA Super Cup, or Super League Cup. That has to do with Real Madrid and Atalanta. Mbappe scores on debut, lifts first trophy with Los Blancos. What a celebration for Kylian Mbappe. Just a month ago, he was still in the color of PSG, but right now he's with Real Madrid. And really, his first game, a trophy for him. The Frenchman actually is into the moon right now because he's celebrating for the fact that he scored and he also lifted a trophy for his first game. That's the debut with Real Madrid. Well, that's a good one for Kylian Mbappe. A lot of accolades coming from from all across Europe concerning this man for the fact that he's able to do it. And right now, we have in the studio Talk Sport with us, a sport journalist who actually know his own here when it comes to reporting sport. We have Jide Olushola here. Good to have you, Jide.
Good morning. Good day again.
And first of all, I need to congratulate you, Hala Madrid, right?
Thank you. Louder.
Is that why you are wearing white?
No, not actually, no.
Anyway, we're talking about Super Cup. Yesterday's game was a game that a lot of people were like, okay, because I remember before the match, Atalanta were saying they were going to shock Real Madrid and all that. But the Battle of Warsaw in Poland favored Real Madrid. Los Blancos came to the party, they showed class, and they were able to do the business. 2-0, silencing them totally there. We are your boss.
No, it was expected because Real Madrid, when it comes to such football game, they're the best. It cannot take away from them that when it comes to finals of any competition, it's almost as good as they have won it already. And I was not surprised. Yeah, the first half was a very, very cagey affair. I'll not blame both sides because still coming from a pre-season, trying to get into the groove. But the second half, I would have felt Atalanta should just say, please, I'm not coming again. They should not have played second half. It was just going on because Madrid dominated the whole second half. And that shows that class, the pedigree they have. We now saw Kylian Mbappe now, of course, scoring his first goal on his debut. His first European club trophy. He has never won any trophy when it comes to European football, except PSG, the league and all that. But his first European club trophy, and it's on his debut. And we saw the partnership between himself, Bellingham, Vinicius, and Rodrigo. The four of them are going to mesmerize the defense this season. I'm sure many defenders will go on injury because they are fast, they are strong, and they have the ability to score, to pop up goals anytime, any moment. So it was a very good game for Real Madrid, and Ancelotti now he has won this trophy now 5 times now, and Real Madrid 6 times now. So they are going far ahead of every other club when it comes to European football, and they're just unstoppable now. With Mbappe on board, they are completely unstoppable.
Unstoppable, you can call them the Galacticos there. With Jide Olushola join us in this to talk about the topics we have for you today on the show, 360 Sport. But really, Mbappe deserves to celebrate because in his career, despite all the talent, he has not been able to win any European competition. That has to do with club side. But right now, he has lifted it, and he's so happy getting the Super Cup. In fact, a double one for him. He also scored with the clip you saw earlier from Mbappe celebration there. Now, while the game was on, the Nigerian that was there, that's Ademola Lookman. If you look at that game, to some extent, despite the fact that they lost by 2-0, Lookman was still able to at least show us some flashes.
Yes, he did. And if you noticed in the first half of the game, once he was with the ball, about 3 defenders were marking him out because he was the most dangerous player for Atalanta, and he was very fast. And he could easily maneuver his way through. So we could see Rodrigo, we could see Cavajar, and any other third person to assist the two of them in case he moves past Cavajar, moves past Rudiger, which was very, very unlikely anyway. The third person around can always cover up for them. But then he did his best. He showed us that what he did at the Europa final was not a fluke. What he also did in the AFCON for Nigeria too is not a fluke. It is inbuilt in him, and I just wish I would have loved him to have scored, but not to win.
To score, but not to win.
For biased reason, because of my love for Real Madrid. But then I'll have loved to score just to show that yes, I could score goals against any club. And again, he was so confident of himself before the game that he's going to do magic. He's going to, they're going to go head to head, toe to toe, body to body with Real Madrid. But of course, he tried his best. His teammates tried their best, but there are a few chances in the first half.
And in fact, it came close around 38 minutes thereabout when they actually helped.
Yes, and they could have scored. Then also, we must give kudos to Courtois as well too. That save he made, that with his left hand, that header that was already going inside.
It would have been a goal.
It would have been a goal, but Courtois, he shows that he is the best goalkeeper right now in the world. Unstoppable as well too. That save is the save of the game actually. But in fact, that was the only big save. Yeah, that one goalkeeper also made some key saves, but Courtois' save was the key save. So Ademola Lookman, he did his best. I'm impressed, and I hope he can bring this form again down to Super Eagles when it matters most.
Well, seriously talking about Ademola Lookman, the man that played for Atalanta Bergamo in that game 2-0 they lost against Los Blancos. Even though he lost out, Ademola Lookman still showed some flashes in this particular graphic. You can see that he was being held down. Almost all the players, like you say, about 2-3 players on him, trying to see how they can stop it fast. And I now see the reason why some big clubs are trying to look for his signature. Ademola Lookman is the kind of player that when you have him in your team, he will always stand out. Even if you have other players that may not be up to, you still see some flashes coming from such a player. They will want to show their class.
Yes. Because I believe he'll be looking forward to play in a bigger club than Atalanta and showing himself. He has already showed himself with the Europa League final, scoring the hat-trick and all that, and now playing the Super Cup. If he had gone a step higher, of course, he has showcased his abilities to the whole world, and I'm sure his agent will be knocking, or be some people knocking on his
clubs will be knocking.
Yeah, that's okay. We like this player. He's a left-footed player. In fact, he uses both legs actually, but he plays one on the left.
Yes.
And we see the way he moves around. How can we bring him? I'm surprised if clubs, are actually bidding for him, maybe silently, trying to negotiate deals before exposing whatever it is. Maybe Fabiano can tell us whether there are clubs knocking on his door. But he had a very good performance yesterday. I give kudos to him. He's doing very, very well.
Well, the fact that they lost that game doesn't stop Ademola Lookman from showing some flashes of his talented talent in football. But right now, at least Real Madrid can still continue to enjoy their moment for the fact that they were able to lift that trophy for Carlo Ancelotti and the entire Los Blancos club. Right now, they are really very happy being able to defeat Atalanta. It could have been a shocking one if Atalanta had won that game. But right now, they've started, especially for Kylian Mbappe, who started on a very good note, scoring on his debut and also making to lift the trophy there for his first time in his career, and he's so happy for doing that. After all, that man that always troll him, the Real Madrid fan, is always he has not won UEFA champions and all that. Yeah. I'm sure now they are friends.
Because of course, and it just shows that he said, the commentator said, this is the first goal of the many to come. He scored on his debut, so I'm sure maybe when La Liga starts this weekend, probably he's going to score on his debut, and he's guaranteed of winning Champions League trophy with Real Madrid. Is guaranteed. He can't spend 5 years or 6 years. He's contract 6 years. He cannot spend the whole 6 years without winning trophies. Without winning, he has got to Madrid, and he's going to win his first Champions League. I'm very, very sure of that.
Well, a good one for Kylian Mbappe, at least for the fact that he has been able to break the jinx. He's getting closer to the champions that has been eluding him for years. Who knows? He'll be able to get it this time around with Real Madrid. That's the first story we looked at there, and congratulations to Real Madrid there. Well, talking about Real Madrid, we are switching now to women football. This time around, over there in Cote d'Ivoire, our team, Edo Queens made us proud. They've been able to defeat the arch rival Hasaacas of Ghana. It was a match that a lot of football pundits were looking at it. Will it be Ghana jollof rice that'll be sweeter now, or Nigerian jollof rice? But eventually it turned out that the Edo Queens know how to really cook some jollof, and they were able to defeat Hasaacas. First half 0-0, second half 3 goals they scored to trash them, and now they actually qualify for semi-final of the WAFU CAF Men's Champions League. They'll be playing against Burkina Faso team, and if they are able to scale through and get a sole ticket from West Africa, they will be going for Women's Champions League. And who says who can stop them now for the fact that they defeated Hasaacas? All they need to do is to be more pronounced against Burkina Faso team and see to finish up in the final and also get the ticket. MMP's SCN scoring in the 57th and the 10 minutes later, she added another one, 67, and you have Suliat Olajumoke Abidin add another one in the 87th minute. All of them was like you have a meeting to score in the 7-7-7.
Maybe, you know, I do points now, so probably they have a deal with the number 7 and all that. But I'm glad for the team as well. So though I don't know much about the Edo Queens per se when it comes to this, because this is just a club that just coming up literally anyway. And but for the fact that they are going into the WAFU B championship with the hopes of getting to the Champions League proper itself, I think we should give them all the necessary support. And I believe the Edo State government will do the right thing, because the Edo State government has really invested into sport. I believe they will do the right thing to give them all the moral support, the financial support as well, and the proper training. And because if they manage to get into the Champions League, they're going to meet the bigger female teams, you know, who are doing so well as well.
For Morocco, for South Africa.
So they need to up that game. The WAFU B is just for the West African side, more or less like a qualifying series to get into the Champions League proper. So now if they get to the semi-finals, to the finals, and of course they get to the Champions League, they will meet tougher opposition. So I expect the state government to give them all the support they need now to ensure that they represent us at the stage with confidence, with a good results, and with pride as well. So let's say it pans out for them as the game goes on.
Okay, good one there for Edo Queens for the fact that they were able to defeat Hasaacas. Hasaacas were making so much statement against them, but they quietly beat them 3-0, and now they qualify for the semi-final of the WAFU B Championship. Let's just go on a short break. By the time we return, the show continues. Good to have you back on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. We're talking about Edo Queens making us proud there in Cote d'Ivoire, where they are playing the WAFU B Women Camp Champions League. They defeated Hasaacas of Ghana to win the Battle of Jollof there. Now they qualify for semi-final. Hopefully, they will also make us proud as they prosecute those games there. Well, right now, talking about Nigerian sport, well, it's a disastrous move when we actually travel to Olympics. But before we talk about the Olympics, let's quickly dash to China, where our under-18 girls are playing in the IHF Women's Handball League. They are taking place there, the championship taking place in China. They lost their game against Croatia, 31-11. That was a massive loss between Nigeria and Croatia. It was at least not expected. Our ladies have been dominating West Africa before they traveled. But right now, as we speak, they are also facing Montenegro in the second game of this particular World Championship under 18 women handball competition taking place in China. First game, 31-11. Now, second game ongoing as we speak. Well, for our ladies, they fought hard, but the fight wasn't good enough because they were actually trailed by extra 20 points, 31-11 against Croatia.
Yeah,
could it be the journey because they traveled to China or what?
You know, sometimes there could be different factors that could have played into their poor performance initially. So one can already tell, like you said, it could be the jet lag,
yes.
jet lag,
or weather.
Or they're not used to the weather
under 18, yes.
Under 18, and so different factors could have played into. But now the key point now is for them now to just to pick up their paces and see how they can redeem themselves from the initial setback and going forward. So I wish we know what they play right now, because they play right now. So we don't know the scores per se, but I believe that the HFM board are doing their best, because that's one of the most active federations we have in Nigeria, because always having one tournament or the other for all the age grade, and all for the male and the female side. So I believe that something could happen. I believe they could win this game against Montegrade today, and let's see. So it's just a difficult scenario right now for them, based on the fact that they had the initial setback and they got to China quite a bit late. So it's just complicated right now, but let's just hope that they perform well and pick up their paces from there.
Well, for our under-18 girls, they really need to up their antics against Montenegro, and also they will visit Angola next in their game. But for the first game they played, they lost against Croatia 31-11, and we just hope that they will pick up the piece, just like Jide said, and believe in themselves that they could do it. They dominated West Africa the last time they traveled to Côte d'Ivoire, and now that particular journey is not actually speaking volume right now, because they lost the first game, and hopefully they will pick up the pieces there in the second game and also the third game right there. But recently we know that Team Nigeria traveled to Paris for the Olympics, and it was a disastrous outing, no single medal, and Nigerians have been crying. A lot of Nigerians are not happy at all for that moment, considering the amount of money, considering the expectations, and a lot of things put together to make Team Nigeria. But right now, NOC President, that's Gumel, exonerated NOC, that's NOC is Nigeria Olympic Committee, from blame, points way forward. In the letter that was actually written by the publishing officer of NOC, Tony Neziaya, according to him, President Gumel, that's NOC President, actually said we charted a way forward for Nigerian sport. If we are to do well at the Olympics, we need to start early. We need to make sure things are done in the right direction for us to do it right. But for this particular one, a lot of issues. Is the Ofili's absence in 100 meters? Is the issue of kits, where they have to wear another one? They have two sponsors of kits. Aside that, what happens to all the athletes? What really went wrong? Issue here and there. But according to NOC, they believe that all we need to do is to start early. And somebody asked a question. When you knew this, why didn't you let us start early?
I'm just really very, very sad, when they say these kind of things, that we need to start early. With due respect to Engineer Gumel, he has been, in fact, he's like the godfather of the Nigerian sport, because he has been in this industry for several years. For the ministry, he was the director before now going to, I think, handball, now NOC. So you know these things with your wealth of experience, with your knowledge when it comes to sports. The sports minister said when he got on board last year, they had not started preparation for the Olympics, meaning that we had lost at least 2 years. Or in fact, 3 years.
3 years.
You had lost
just a year ago. Yes.
You had lost 3 years. So what were they doing in the last 3 years? Nothing. Okay, now some of the athletes themselves on their own, they could be training. Yes, fine. But it is not compared to the federation, the NOC, and the ministry joining hands together to see that they bring all these players at interval to see them training. Count them together for 6 months in a year. They can go back to their clubs wherever, or they come back regularly to Nigeria and go for training exercises. So what were they doing in the last 3 years? Now they will tell us it's funding. Yes, funding is an issue. We agree. Okay, now the presidency released 12 billion, 9 billion for the Paralympics, 3 billion for the 9 billion for the Olympics, 3 billion for the Paralympics. Now my question is that why was it? I know, yes, it's not this present administration. Of course, we take it to the last administration. Why did this money not spread over the years? Like give them maybe 200 million this month, like that, till for over. So
that everything will be augmented. Athletes can go for camping. They can whoever qualifies for the Olympics. Okay, begin your training straight up.
Straight up. They're feeding. the accommodation, the welfare, even the coaches, even the coaches,
doctors, whatever they need,
anything they need. And then why can't we now? Okay, I was speaking with the former Minister of Sport, Bola Jula, recently, and he said something that if we cannot produce our own system, we should go and buy a system. What do you mean by that? If you don't have the facilities in Nigeria here, take these athletes out to where they have these facilities and let them train there. It is not difficult for us to do that. If we cannot produce ourselves, if we cannot train them in Nigeria, take them out. And we have athletes everywhere in the country. We have abundance of talents everywhere. So now, if them saying that we did not start early, it is our fault. I blame the ministry, I blame the NOC, and I blame
AFN.
all the federations, because they knew that Olympics was
coming
ahead. What were they doing? Now the minister, of course, he shifted the blame to the federation president. I will not blame the minister per se, because he will say it came in a year ago when it did not enter on ground. Fine, it can be excused a little bit. But what were the federation president? What were the federation? They will tell us as usual. Don't interfere. We know what we are doing. We have been in this game for years. We have, different. A way just to solidify the argument and all that. But where did it land us? We came back. We had the medal. The medal was, at least we participated. So we came back home without any physical medal. So it's just sad because our athletes they are some of the best in Africa. Amuson is the best in the world, literally.
World record holder.
Ofili was just, I think for Ofili's case, I think probably she annoyed some people, either in the ministry or...
I remember when they went for African Games, what happened then when she didn't run or something.
Yes, so it could be that they were trying to pay her back. Why would somebody...
At the expense of a nation.
Why would you punish, in quotes, we cannot say, but let's assume, because probably, like I just spoke dialogue as well, to said, it's a crime for athletes in Nigerian sport to speak out. That if you speak out in Nigerian sport, you already
victimize you.
Yes.
So it means Upesera now is in trouble.
She's in trouble. Therefore, saying that she borrowed a bicycle, even though her message was misconstrued, but Ofili has spoken out even in Asaba, even at Ghana. She has spoken out that she didn't like the way certain things are being done. This is a girl who trains in the US, who has seen good facilities. What stops the athletes from telling administrator, please give us these facilities we see in US, in Europe that we train with. Bring it down to Nigeria. They cannot be trained with grade A equipment and come in Europe or US and come to Nigeria and train with grade Z equipment. They will not progress. Is it on the track field that we see that holes on the track field? So if the talk out is as if they are trying to know they are better than the administrators and everything. So they still need to do a forensic investigation into why Ofili was omitted from some that qualified. That spent 4 years training to get to the final, to qualify for the 100 meters. Then few days to the tournament, she discovered her name was missing, and everybody's keeping quiet. No, it's very, very unfair on the girl, and they need to find out what happened. And I'm sure whoever it is, they'll be looking for you to kill.
According to the minister, he said it's going to make sure he finds out what happened, and
I pray it does what he's saying. I pray, because now this federation president and the civil servants, they are very, very powerful. At least on Channel yesterday, he confessed that that these people they guard their decisions jealously. That's if it's trying to interfere,
there won't be any loophole for you to nail them.
Exactly. So if it tries to interfere, they can call FIBA, they can call W, they can call FIFA, that they want to interfere, and that's how the matter will just die. But if it takes the matter to the presidency, even to the president, sir, this will happen. I need your support. I need give me all the support you need to get to the matter. Who is the AFN? Who is the federation that they will say no to the president? So they need to get to the root of the matter. What actually happened to Ofili? What happened to
Nigeria
as a whole? Where did you go wrong? If it's to dismantle, and again, we cannot sack the president of the federations because there's an election. So bid your time to when it is time and groom people that will take over, correctly. But it's going to be very, very tough anyway. But it is just sad that we wasted 3 years. Now we have opportunity to go for Los Angeles. Countries like China, US, probably they'll rest for 1 month or 2 months.
They'll begin preparation again.
Instantly.
So we need to start now too.
We need to start now because there's no need for us to rest. Because what do we do? Some of them came out in the heat. Those that managed to get to semi-finals, they don't win the final. So there is no time for vacation for them. They should go straight to the business, start their training, go for their doping test regularly, get their physiotherapists, get their psychologists, whatever they need, get them on board. If the government could bring 9 billion naira, I believe they could also bring out such amount of money for them that they will spread for the next 4 years and ensure that these athletes are in optimal shape.
As long as they qualify.
Ahead of Los Angeles 2028.
Well, we've been talking concerning Team Nigeria's performance. It was a woeful one, disastrous, in fact, not too happy one. But right now, Nigerians are really asking questions, and the minister, NOC president, AFN, it seems the blame has been going all across. We just hope that something good will happen to Nigerian sport. We really can use sport to turn things around in this nation. Really, really very vital. Well, we continue to hope and wait to see if truly heads will roll, just the way the minister said it, that heads will roll concerning how the entire Team Nigeria's event over there was handled, and also especially concerning favor of Ofili's case. Let's wait and see if truly heads will roll. Well, still talking about the Olympics this time around, the lady that a lot of people were hoping that she would run the 100 meters, Favor Ofili, says she'll be back stronger. I will be back stronger, coming from Favor Ofili. That's the next story we're looking at.
I love her spirit. After what I put her in Tokyo, was it Tokyo? 2020, yes. Yeah, where she could not participate in Tokyo. That enough should have dampened her spirit. But she did not give up. She still came back again, and they killed her spirit again with the 100 meters mission. Now she has said she'll come back. You cannot bring an upcoming athlete to represent Nigeria at the Olympics. It is not possible. You need an elite athlete who has gone through, who has gone for many competitions. I'm not saying other athletes they're not good, but son of Ofili, as stature right now, is a bright star that every nation wants to have in their team. This girl ran, I think she ran for that 100 meters. She ran in the first 100 meter dash of this 100 meters. She ran 20 seconds or so. That's almost as good enough for her to even run for the finals of the 100 meters dash that she missed. So we need to do better. AFN saying that we have many talents. You have a ready-made talent with vast experience. Though she's still young, but she has already gotten enough experience to rub shoulders with the big girls on the tracks, and you're saying you want to ditch her. So I love her spirit. If she goes to another country, I'm surprised. But I pray she doesn't, because that means AFN or Nigeria, we need to start building fresh talent. And we cannot develop such talents in 4 years that will rub shoulders with the big girls. Is it that run against all these Jamaicans and US in 4 years' time? No, it's not possible. So we need to have on board why we develop fresh ones that could take over from her as she leaves the stage. That is progression. Look at Jamaica, Usain Bolt has left the stage, but we have people following behind. Look at the US as well too.
Kishen Thompson is there already taking over a lot of them.
They did not push them away, just like that. As they knew that, yes, these athletes will spend at least maybe 12 years at most.
If you check Jamaican this tide, if Usain Bolt out, Johan Blake already fizzling out, they already actually grew another set. And in the next 4 years, expect Jamaica. Because
of course they cannot be there forever, so they live as they plan to live. You are bringing your new fresh athletes from underage. From Youth Olympics as well too, from the National Youth Festival to National Sports Festival, they graduate. So you cannot just say fresh talents. What are those fresh talents in quotes? Where have they gone to?
We saw what happened at the Olympics. The debutants, they could not, because they need experience to some extent.
So okay, there's an athlete that I think in Tokyo also, a boxer also, I can't recall his name right now, who was going to Olympics for the first time. He had not even done all this normal boxing competition at the African stage, but was lucky to get to Olympics. He got there and he was frightened, stage fright. He had no experience of international stage. So you can't say you want to bring fresh talent that has not gotten that experience at that international stage. They have to come gradually, step by step, from Nigeria to Africa to sub-Africa, then shift them up to the world level. So that is why Olympic is the biggest sporting event, because it is for the top, for the best of the best. So what AFN is saying is just, I think they should just swallow their pride and bring back and talk to Ofili. Come on down, apologize to her, and tell her that what has happened, let it be in the past, and let's forge a way forward. That's just it.
Well, seriously, forging a way forward is the best thing right now for Nigerian sport. Concerning favor of Ofili there, although she says she will be back stronger, and we also hope that the others like Toby Amusha, Brume, Chukwemeka, Nekwechi will all be back stronger. Talking about Team Nigeria, the Olympics, a disastrous outing, but still, we can get it right if we begin to plan now for 2028. Los Angeles Olympics will be coming up over there in the US, and we can do it better if the Ministry of Sport Development, the Nigeria Olympic Committee, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria can all come together, drop their pride, work together, get these athletes and let them be able to at least get to camp early, give them all the necessary things they need, support them, and who knows, we can actually reap more medals come 4 years to come. Well, that's it on the show. We just have to talk about it, because for Ofili, for the entire Team Nigeria, well, a lot of these athletes, if he begins to talk, a lot of things will actually happen concerning Team Nigeria. Well, we'll move away from athletics. Let's talk about football development in Nigeria, where the Nigerian Football Federation has deemed fit to also set up refresher courses for all the Nigeria ex-international, especially women, this time around, NFF, to begin the second side of that particular course they'll be having. Talking about the story we're looking at right now. Well, for the NFF, the second module for CAF-C license course for women is coming up, and really they've done the first course, and the second module is coming up for all these ex-international like Vera Okolo, Precious Dede, all of them participating. About 30 of them are right now battered to see how they can improve themselves on how to be a coach. This is the CAF-C license, and NFF actually got all of them together to see how they can develop football. At least it would be nice to have female coaches, a lot of them, 30 of them, getting to know all the rudiments of how to run football. Well, that's a good one coming from NFF.
At least I'm glad they are trying to bring up this coaching courses, to develop our female coaches and as well as the male coaches as well too. I think it's a good step for Nigeria. I think the NFF, they got it right this time around, and our coaches need to rub shoulders with the likes of the European coaches. Yes, have your CAF coaches, have your UEFA coaches, coaching badges and all that. So I think it's a good one from NFF, trying to bring up our local coaches, especially women as well. It will be good if we have women actually coaching the Super Eagles, actually the Super Falcons, and the the
Falconets and
Flamingos, and it will be good having them, so that it not just only be the men coaching the female team. We see other nations. We have the women coaching the female teams. So let's say it pans out, and let's say how these coaches will now use that to improve their knowledge, their skills, and of course work hard to get more badges as well too, and become one of the top coaches. As I believe we could get one or two that will actually be the best when it comes to coaching in Nigeria, female coaching in Nigeria.
It would be nice to see all the ex-international getting to become coaches, those who actually wish to, because as we speak, the second module for the CAF-C license for course for women will be starting, and they will still go for the third one, where they'll be able to at least have all it takes to be a coach. Good one from the Nigerian Football Federation. For those ex-international, that's an opportunity for them to also give back to society what they've learned playing football, now what they are learning, because football technology is changing every day. They need to understand all those new dimensions that has to do with football development, and that's why they are going through those courses there. But right now, still talking about football, we talk about NPFL. Nigerian Premier Football League is coming back, and a lot of Nigerians are already scared that maybe it will not start the way it has been scheduled. But right now, according to Elegbele, the chairman of the NPFL, says 2024-2025 will kick off as scheduled on 31st August 2024. According to Elegbele, they will do everything possible to make sure the first game between Rangers and El Kanemi Warriors actually see light of the day, and from there the other matches will actually follow suit. Good one from MPFL. At least we've seen some development, and right now it says this day will come.
No, I don't blame Nigerians when they have fears.
Doubt or fears.
Because this is not the first time, second time. No, I'm not still. It can be towards the end of maybe like 28 now. You just told us that it has been.
We are sorry, we have shifted
by 1 week. It happened last season.
Yes.
So it's not a new thing. Now he is saying that they'll do everything possible to ensure that the league starts. Why is he using the word to ensure they do everything possible? That means there are problems on ground. That means they're trying to tackle some problems on ground.
Or maybe he's trying to allay the fears of Nigerians, because we already have that. You know, people are already saying, with the league start, this quietness coming from MPFL organizers.
You know, it's just funny that when we see other foreign leagues as they are finishing the league, we already know when the next.
You feel the buzz that something is happening, but here everything is so quiet. Nobody is saying anything.
I already know that. Now, Premiership started this weekend. La Liga started this weekend. Germany.
Serie A.
Next
French League on, all of them. Belgian Jupiler League.
You already know that. You already know that started, right? So it's just funny that the MPFL. Yeah, I'll give kudos to Elegbele. He has tried to improve the fortunes of the game of the league and all that, but there are still some fundamental problems. You know, the sponsorship, the pitches, the coverage and everything is still below par compared to what we see outside. And so if it says actually that the league will start on the 31st, that'll be marvelous. But I'm not optimistic that the league will start. But if it does that, that'll be perfect.
Don't doubt your fellow Nigerians.
I'm not doubting, but it's based on the experience of several years. The same like I said last year as well, too, that the league will start at so dates, but a few days to the resumption date, they postponed by a week. There are I think the live streaming was not ready. So what were they doing?
All those times.
Why the live streaming was not ready? So it's just very funny. So, but let's just keep our fingers crossed and let's hope that the league will start, because we need to start early and finish early so that our players are able to get ready for because of our late resumption. That's what it has affected us in CAF and in the CAF
interclub competition.
Yes, that we don't do well. When other clubs have got like 6 months, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, we are just about to start. How can we cope with people who are already feeling the game? We
are still talking about venue now. Okay, El Kanemi, Eyimba, and they will use come on, when clubs are already planning of how they play their games, and it's starting any moment. So
what can I say?
Anyway,
El Kanemi doesn't have where to play. Eyimba, they'll be shuttling between different stadiums there. So even the stadiums are not even conducive enough for.
So everybody will be going to Uyo now.
So they will leave Abia to Uyo. Academy will leave
Borno to
Uyo, because Uyo is only approved stadium for CAF.
Not even our MK Abiola stadium.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
Anyway, Nigerian football, we need to get it right, because it's very, very shameful. When you look at the stadia we have across Nigeria, and we can only boast of one that will be approved by CAF for interclub competition. Something must be done to fix all these stadia. We need to do something, because we have a lot of them. We have in Lagos, we have in Abuja here, we have in Kano, we have in Kaduna, different Bauchi there about all these stadia. None of them being able to meet up the standard, the requisite, the requirement by CAF for a standard stadium or pitch. Well, something must be done. Almost all the teams we play in Uyo, we have 4 of them representing Nigeria for this CAF interclub competition: Remo Stars, Rangers, not forgetting Eyimba and also El Kanemi Warriors. We just have to get it right when it comes to Nigerian football or sport generally. Why don't we always start early? Why do we always do things late? And why don't we just do the right thing and is it that we are so happy doing something wrong? Something must be done right to develop Nigerian football. Food for thought there. Quickly, we move over. Let's talk about some transfer gossips here and there. But for our own player, that's Starman, African Player of the Year, Victor Osimhen, as I call him. Well, from the way it is, Napoli offers Osimhen there. Let's look at that story for Victor Osimhen. Well, as it is right now, Victor Osimhen to Chelsea is actually edging closer and closer, and they are ready to actually swing hands.
Because I think Osimhen's mind is no longer in Napoli. Moreover, for the fact that Conte has said he does not count on, he prefers to play with Lukaku, that he does not want Osimhen. And following things that happened last season with Osimhen, the racism issue and all that, so I believe his mind is off Napoli as well too. So it will be good for him to leave the club as soon as possible and move to Chelsea. But now the only issue I have with that move is that Chelsea they're not playing in Europe. I mean, they're playing a conference league. So for African Footballer of the Year, we're playing conference league. That's a demotion for me. But then he just needs to leave that Napoli and go to Chelsea. It is a very long transfer issue. It's not so clear. PSG wanted him at a point. I wouldn't know whether PSG have dropped their bid for him. Chelsea also they also want him. So and they've not been able to get on the transfer fee that they want. You know, it's been dropping from 90 to 80 to 38 to 40. So there is no fixed. And season is about to start. Yes, he can still play with Napoli for some time now, but he needs to sort out his future as soon as possible because his mind will be scattered. Am I going to stay in Napoli, or am I going to leave Napoli to go to another club? So I think he needs to sort out his future ASAP.
Well, sorting out his future there for Osimhen, 70 million euro if everything goes well, plus Lukaku that have been rated 30 million, and you calculate that to be almost 100 million. Well, player plus cash for Chelsea against with Napoli. They want to see how they can swap those players, and if everything goes well, couple of Mikel and also Drogba trying to push for the signature of Osimhen joining Chelsea. Let's see what happens. Maybe Osimhen will actually be with Chelsea next season. And before we go, just to give you some more transfer gossip, or just quickly, we just run it up. Saudi Pro League. Right now, they want to sign Ekong close to joining Al Khaloud in Saudi Arabia. If everything goes well, himself and his manager, they're really moving to see how they can sign with Al Khaloud there. Another one says Napoli in talks to see how they can sign Scott McTominay on loan from Manchester United. Well, that is going to be a shocking one. Well, let's see. Maybe it will be actually be going straight down to Italy. With the last one says West Ham United. They want a player called Tammy Abraham. He's worth £25 million and he plays for Roma. And as it is, the team from West Ham, they want to get him to play for them next season. Well, let's see how rather this season, if everything goes well, they can still sign him before the transfer window closes, and he will be joining them. For Tammy Abraham, back to England, it could be, well, at least he's used to London, formerly with Chelsea. Well, that's it concerning those transfer gossip. And before we go, Jide Olushola, I want to appreciate your time
Yeah, thank you for
with us.
Thank you.
Really, you look like a Madrista.
No, I'm an aspiring board member for Real Madrid.
Okay, from the way it is right now, Jide Olushola is celebrating Real Madrid for the fact that they were able to win the UEFA Super Cup yesterday against Atalanta. And congrats to the entire team. For Ademola Lookman, next time they have to work and smarter and harder there. Well, we just have to go now, but I will have to leave you with this. I'm Adeniyi Ajisafe. Thanks for watching.
They